Hey everyone, Sebastian here, back again with another video from Bluebook Test 1, Reading and Writing, Module 1. Question 11, 1111, that's kind of fun, the four ones. So just by looking at it, right, I don't even have to tell you it's another command of evidence question. Another one with a chart that we have to sort of interpret and use. So let's get into it. High levels of public uncertainty about which economic policies a country will adopt can make planning difficult for businesses. But measures of such uncertainty have not tended to be very detailed. Recently, however, economist Sandil Platshwayo analyzed trends in news reports to derive measures not only for general economic policy uncertainty, but also for the uncertainty related to specific areas of economic policy, like tax or trade policy. One revelation of her work is that a general measure may not fully reflect uncertainty about specific areas of policy, as in the case of the United Kingdom, where general economic policy uncertainty blank. Which choice most effectively uses data from the graph to illustrate the claim? So here, right, sometimes you can read the answer choices and then go back to the claim. I'm going to look at the claim here, right? It's not a rigid system, right? You have a little bit of leeway in what you do. So her revelation is her claim. And it's that a general measure may not fully reflect uncertainty about specific areas of policy. So there's some sort of difference, I guess, between general anxiety or uncertainty and specific uncertainties. Okay, we have this chart here where the darkest is general, the lightest is trade, and the gray is tax and public spending. So let's look at our choices. A aligned closely with uncertainty about tax and public spending policy in 2005. But differed from uncertainty about tax and public spending policy by a large amount in 2009. B was substantially lower than uncertainty about tax and public spending policy each year from 2005 to 2010. C reached its highest level between 2005 and 2010 in the same year that uncertainty about trade policy and tax and public spending policy reached their lowest levels. And D was substantially lower than uncertainty about trade policy in 2005 and substantially higher than uncertainty about trade policy in 2010. So there's two reasons why an answer choice could be wrong, right? It could be just factually incorrect, like it read the chart wrong and the information's just wrong. Or it's factually correct, but it doesn't support or undermine the claim, given what the question's asking. So here we want to illustrate the claim, which is just support the claim. I'm going to start with A and see if it is first if it's true. And if it's true, then I'm going to leave it alone. I'll come back to whether it's supporting the claim after. A, aligned closely with uncertainty about tax and public spending policy in 2005, but differed from uncertainty about tax and public spending policy by a large amount in 2009. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about general economic policy, right? It's sort of separated from the rest by the way they put the blank and everything, which makes our brain work a little harder, but I think we can do it. So aligned closely in 2005 with tax and public spending policy, but differed on tax and public spending policy a large amount in 2009. That's not true, right? In 2005, they're close, but in 2009, they're still close. So they didn't have a switch between those two. So I'm going to eliminate A because it's just not true that in 2009 they differed by a lot. B was substantially lower than uncertainty about tax and public spending policy each year from 2005 to 2010. So tax and public spending is the dark gray, general is the black one, and it is not substantially lower every year, right? In 2005, they're close. In 2006, it's actually higher, same as in 2007. 2008, it's close. 2009, it's higher. And then 2010 is maybe the one time you could say it's substantially lower than tax and public spending policy uncertainty. So we're going to eliminate B, factually just not correct, and then C. Reached its highest levels between 2005 and 2010 in the same year that uncertainty about trade policy and tax and public spending policy reached their lowest levels. So general economic reached its highest levels in 2010, but that's the same year that tax and public spending also reached its highest level. So that's, again, not true. So even before I look at D, I am 99% sure it is D because I'm 99% sure A, B, and C are wrong, that I didn't miss anything. So let's look. D was substantially lower than uncertainty about trade policy in 2005, and substantially higher than uncertainty about trade policy in 2010. So in 2005, trade policy, right, is like the white. It's much higher than general. So that part is true, where general is substantially lower in 2005 to trade. And then in 2010, general is much higher, substantially higher than trade. So this one is true just in terms of facts, so it has to be that one. And also, it supports the claim, right? Because the claim is that they're not always aligned, that they don't fully reflect each other, the general versus some specific issues. So one of the specific issues could be tax and public spending policy, but the other one could also be trade policy. And here it's trade policy where it's separated by a big amount in 2005 and 2010. And we don't need it to be shown every year that that's true, because it's just saying it's not always fully reflective. So just as long as there's a couple times where it's like not fully reflective, then we can say there's some disconnect here. And we say D. All right, so I hope this video helped you and you can see how to break this down. If you have questions on this one, let me know, or other ones like this, let me know. And I hope it is sunny where you are. And if it's raining, I hope it's cleaning your windows and watering your plants. Bye.